Hello folks, I'm doing an update on my page. I'm going to do a couple of videos on a reflection of the effects of certain behaviour or situations on trauma. And the first video, this one, is about the negative effects of the lack of support from people who are closest to you, be it family or a partner. And family, for me, when I was growing up, was pretty dysfunctional, and there was no proper support. I mean, I felt, and on reflection back, that the only support that happened was when there was no choice. You know, the hands were like forced as such, either because social services got involved or because they were there at a time when something serious was happening, as in a violent situation. So yeah, that was difficult for me, because when you're in a situation and you don't feel safe and you're growing up dealing with difficult and violent or emotionally difficult situations or both, you don't feel safe and there's no one there to help you feel safe. There's no one around that emotionally or physically supports you to feel safe. So you're on the outskirts, you're on your own. And I believe that that kind of situation actually contributed to how I developed my mental development, as in the fracturing, as I call it, of my personality as such, because I had to try and cope on my own, and my brain kind of shut off a lot of things it couldn't cope with, and I just got through the best I could. And you become resigned to that, because basically that's the way it is. So that's, you know, that's a massive detrimental effect on you as a person when you're growing up in a traumatic situation. But unfortunately, that goes into your adulthood as well. And it did for me. And when you're still dealing with difficult situations as an adult, you still make the same decisions you did in some ways as a child, because you have no support. So the people around you are still aware of the difficult decisions you're making, or the wrong ones, or you're still in a bad situation, and there's still no support. And that makes you feel just as isolated. You might be around these people at times because you maybe get invited to social gatherings, and you're on the outskirts because you know you're living a life that they're not, and they are not connecting in a way to help you through it. Very isolating, very detrimental. And you end up being resigned again and making the wrong decisions because you have no support. You don't see how you can be supported to make a better decision. So that for me is really important to reflect on, because you make decisions, at least I did, to try and make that better with people that actually aren't going to connect to you in a way that's really meaningful and help you in a positive way to make better decisions about your life. So that was one reflection I wanted to talk about on the detrimental side of the lack of support. I'm going to do another video on the positive side of getting support.